When dealing with integration, it's extremely important to build the right team that is going to drive the process within a specific period of time and within a certain budget, of course guaranteeing the quality of the project. Therefore, we must say that integration actually starts at due diligence stage. This is something that usually confuses people and say, well, but you know, the integration comes after the deal is closed, so why is it starting at due diligence stage? Because it's actually at the very first stage that you will have to assess the elements that may actually hinder the integration stage. So for example, when you're carrying out a cultural due diligence, if it's clear that there are some elements that are very, very hard to overcome, well, that could be a deal breaker. So one of the mistakes that companies tend to make is actually to underplay some problems that may arise in terms of culture, in terms of what is the soft side, so the people side. They tend to focus only on the financial aspect, actually not taking into consideration that if you cannot fit two cultures, the possibility that the deal is going to produce the strategic and financial goals that you would like to is pretty slim. So how do we go about organizing and basically getting a plan to get the integration going? Well, first of all, you will have to look at the information that you have gathered during the due diligence stage. Second thing, you will have to start creating the integration team. In particular, you would have to get the mergers and acquisition sponsor. So basically, again, mergers and acquisition is a change management initiative. So you need to have a change sponsor. So basically someone that is senior enough that basically can push for the integration to happen, that can actually influence peers at senior level, that can actually get resources, whether they are financial, technical or human, to get the integration going through. And then basically you will have to implement the plan. Also, with regards to the team, there are specific sub-teams that you will have to create. So in itself, just having a strong sponsor is not sufficient. First of all, you will have to have a project manager. So you would have basically to clarify what are the goals of the integration with milestones and synergies associated to every single milestone. Second thing, you will need to have a communication team. This is something that unfortunately is underplayed in the sense that people say, well, you know, it's just a project, we just go through it and everything will be fine. No, one of the things that you will face when you're dealing with an integration, whether because of a merger or because of an acquisition, is resistance to change. So the communication team will play a really important role in order to overcome resistance within the company, but also to give the right messages to the external world. For example, if your company is listed, you don't want actually for rumors to have a detrimental impact on the price share. So again, the communication team will be in the position to maneuver, but most of all to provide the correct information, whether it is within the company or whether it is externally. You would also need to have a strong legal team, and that's because during an integration there are lots of legal aspects that have to be taken into consideration. For example, you will have to integrate the terms and conditions of employment of the individuals. For example, you may have to create some retention plans for key individuals. Another aspect, another team that you will have to create is the culture integration. Again, it is considered a soft side, and therefore sometimes it's downplayed, saying, well, you know what, who cares, that we get along. Well, no, that's not the case. It would be great if you just get along, but sometimes the cultural issue is what make an integration fail. And that's because, especially if it is a cross-border mergers and acquisition, there can be significant differences, not only within the company. So, for example, the company values and culture, when we're talking about the purchaser and the target, but it's also the geographical differences. The way, for example, that you do business in an Anglo-Saxon culture is very different from the way you do business in, for example, a Latin culture. And there are these frustrations and these frictions that can be created and actually can have really detrimental impact on the integration itself. So basically the bottom line is, when dealing with an integration, get a strong team. You need a change sponsor, but also a strong, but really strong team that is going to support the whole project, because sometimes this kind of initiative can take literally years before they are completed. Thank you so much for watching.